Well, they're doing their celebrity week, and you know, it's for charity. So, what better to do than make a fool out of yourself for charity?
And we're fairly competitive as brothers. Most brothers are. So yeah, we're gonna take this pretty seriously, I think. See who comes out on top.
Here's the fun thing about having Drew and Nick Lachey here is I live next door to my brother. I know how competitive we are with each other, and I know they're playing for charity, but even backstage, they're like, I'm going to win more money for my charity than you're winning for your charity. It's a very competitive thing.
I'm playing for Feeding America, which which funds and supplies food stores, free banks. What the heck is
food
it?
Banks.
Food banks.
Free store food
I think
banks.
they're called food banks, free stores all across the country. So obviously it's a big problem now. So many people not knowing where their next meal is going to come from. So.
And I'm playing for Autism Speaks, which raises a lot of money for research and care of autism, because 1 in every 150 kids now is diagnosed with autism. So it's a epidemic that's sweeping the world right now, and we really need to figure out an answer to it quickly.
You know what the funny thing is when we have celebrities here, is the most common thing is they are so nervous. They're backstage and they're so nervous, and you're talking about people that do concerts in front of people, speak in front of tens of thousands, you know, make movies, and yet they're scared to be in this room taking an elementary school test. That just makes me laugh every day.
You know, you don't even know what to study for this show. You just hope that the questions you get are ones that you you remember, and it kind of falls into the stuff that you recall from 5th grade. It's so long ago.
I don't even remember what I studied in the 5th grade, let alone the answers to what I studied in the 5th grade.
Well, I think everybody's afraid of looking dumb, but you know, when you're watching at home, it's like I used to do that with Jeopardy. I would sit there and watch Jeopardy and just spout out the answers, and then I went and played Celebrity Jeopardy for charity. And there's something about being up there in the lights and everybody watching you.
Gym. I was best at gym.
Gosh, I don't know. Probably science maybe was my best subject. Definitely not math. I'm hoping there's no tough math questions.
It's especially with things like history and geography, is those are facts you might have learned for a test, but you haven't used them in everyday life. And those dates, you know, and those grammar rules and math formulas, they're just gone. You haven't used them.
I think math questions would scare me, and maybe like history questions, you know, like world history I'm not great with. So
Spelling and grammar. Grammar's...
Yeah, sentence structure, and there's so much stuff you don't even remember.
I find that from answering fan mail is it's like nobody in this country can spell anymore because of spell check. And they can't write either. I mean, you get letters from kids in high school and their penmanship is just terrible because they don't practice it. You know, everything's on the computer now.
There's not really any betting going on, it's just bragging rights.
It kind of goes without saying, you know, we have a rivalry pretty much in everything we do, so that doesn't need to be discussed. We both understand that there's a lot at stake. Pride is at stake.
If he wins, he's going to rub it in for probably the next 5 years. If I win, I'll rub it in for the next 7. You know,
plus, there's pressure too. We're both playing for charity, so you obviously it's benefiting a great cause, and you want to try and win as much money as you can, you know, for charity. So it's there's a little pressure there too that I think we'll both probably feel.
And you actually already won a reality show, Dancing with the Stars.
So is he. Clash of the Choirs.
Yeah, I won Clash of the Choirs.
There you go.
Come on. Beat Patti LaBelle. He beat Jerry Rice.
Well, I mean, have you tried to convince him to do the show? Is there any Dancing with the Stars in your future?
I've convinced him that's in his best interest not to, because I know where his strengths lie, and dancing is not one of his strengths.
And I've said this as many times as I can remember, and the answer will never change. I will never do Dancing with the Stars. I have nowhere to go but down. He already won it. So the only thing I could do is match him, and the chances of that happening are not good.
Chances are.
Not good at all.